Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we've got something a little different to normal. So to those of you who've been subscribed to me for a little while now, you may remember that I started a video series, I want to say about 2 years ago now, called Storytime. I mean, I say series, I literally did one video. But you know, we're bringing it back. Welcome to Storytime, part 2. Number 2 of the Storytime series. So this series is essentially when I have a random memory that pops up and I just, you know, think that was really funny or stupid or whatever else, it's interesting, so that's why you're here. Ready. So if you're interested, go and check out the first video of the Storytime series, The Tale of the Fake Vomit. But for today, we have the time that I broke my right wrist. This bad boy. It still clicks to this day. Let's do a little, let's get this off. I don't know how well that's going to come up on camera, but it sounds like a cement mixer. The year was 2004. I, a young girl, full of hopes and dreams, and not yet crushed by the soul-destroying reality of being an adult human being. At that time in my life, I had many a hobby. Every week, I did gymnastics at a local leisure centre. I also did a bit of trampolining there too. And when I got a little bit older, you know, 14, I thought I was the coolest girl in school. I really didn't. I knew I was not tremendously popular at school. But anyway, I would go to this leisure centre with my friends. Shout out to Claire. I know she's one of my only friends who watches my videos. Shout out to Claire. Used to go to the swimming pool that is also at the leisure centre and yeah, go swimming and have a lovely time. So I have a lot of memories at this particular leisure centre. But for today, we're focusing on the gymnastics side of things. Now I know what you're thinking. Gymnastics. Flipping about, swinging on the beams, cartwheels galore, lots of, you know, flipping and jumping off stuff and landing. You just think, wow, Hannah, that's a really easy way to break your arm. This isn't a fun story. This just sounds painful. But no, that is not how I did it. I didn't do it doing any gymnastic-y move. The story is worse than that. So, let's begin. I arrived at the leisure centre, dropped off by my dearest mother, who left me there to my own devices to have my schooling in the gymnastic world. The lesson was going well so far, you know, roly-polies all over the shop. I wonder if I can still do a roly-poly. The answer is yes, but it's painful now. But you know, before you get into the good stuff, you gotta warm up. The same is true when you're an adult. You don't just go for a run because otherwise you'll be sore. You know, you do your warm-ups, or you're stretching. But when you're a kid, stretching is no fun, so you normally play games. So some of the common games, which I don't know how wide they are around the world, obviously I am guessing that you guys in Germany have them, or wherever you are from, but they might have slightly different names. So the main ones I remember playing were It, which, you know, you're essentially, you are it, and you run and you go it, and then that person is it, and then they it you. Stuck in the mud, which, you know, you run up to someone, stuck in the mud, tap them, they then get stuck, someone has to go through their legs to free them. You've got to try and get everyone stuck. But no, the game that we played on that fateful day that I broke my wrist was British Bulldog. Now some of you, my lovely Germans, may not know what British Bulldog is. I did try and look up why it was called British Bulldog. I couldn't really find any explanation other than the fact that this game is played in a lot of Commonwealth countries, which makes sense, seeing as I'm guessing it's a British game, hence the name. But yeah, the game itself has nothing to do with bulldogs, or any kind of dog. Essentially, you play it with 2 walls, or fences, whatever they may be. So you've got the 2 fences, you have someone in the middle who is apparently called the Red Rover, but I don't remember ever calling them that. You just used to be on. That's what, you know, you're on, it's you're the person. So anyway, the Red Rover stands in the middle and you've got all the people, let's just say 10 for now, 10 people lined up against the first wall. The aim of the game is to be the last person standing, you know? So you've got to go from one side of the wall over to the other without being tapped by the person in the middle. So obviously that first round, a couple of people get caught, and then the next round there's like 3 or 4 people in the middle helping. So, you know, by the end, you've got to be the last person. That's essentially the game. So, we were playing this game as the warm-up game for our gymnastics class that day. So we were standing against the wall, me and my fellow bulldogs, the little red rover in the middle. We were ready for the game to begin. 3, 2, 1, go! Round 1. We're all flying across. This poor little guy doesn't stand a chance. He's going left, right and centre trying to grab people. Boom! 15 or so of us make it across. He manages to get 3 others. So now there are 4 red rovers in the middle. You know, things are heating up because all 4 of those people are going to get at least 2 or 3 on the next round. Who's it going to be? How am I going to do in the next round? Round 2. Run, run, run. Get to that other wall. Nothing else matters in this world except winning. Bam! Managed to get there. Boom! Managed to get round 2. There's about 8 people in the middle now though. About 7 of us left. Things are really heating up in the world of British Bulldog. Round 3. I'm running. Full length to win this. My life goal is to be the best little British Bulldog that there has ever been in the whole of the United Kingdom. So I'm pelting. Bam! I get to that wall. I've done it. But there is only one other person, one other little bulldog left with me at that point. Meaning there are about 18 red rovers in the middle. 18 people to grab just me and my fellow bulldog. There's no chance, is there? There's just none. We're going down, but we've got to try. Final round. I'm sweating. I'm running. I'm determined. I'm ready. Go! I'm pinging it. I'm running like I've never run before. Usain Bolt wouldn't have a chance against me at that point. I'm dodging. Hands are trying to grab at me here and there. No one is getting me. No one. I cannot be caught. I am flying. I'm so close now. The final few metres are ahead of me. Arms outstretched. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Boom! My arms make contact with the wall. I look round. My fellow bulldog is nowhere to be seen. He has been chewed up by the masses of the red rovers. He's been caught. I am the victor. I am the winner. I have never felt so alive at that time. But those few seconds of looking round, knowing that I have won, they cost me. They cost me good. Suddenly, my wrist started to burn. Shooting pains, like one has never experienced before. The pain in my wrist. So yeah, it turned out, as I was running full pelt in a very, very competitive way at this solid brick wall. The bricks were like this big, like this thick, big leisure centre bricks. I'd managed to go straight into the wall like this instead of kind of bent. I'd gone like that, so as a result, you know, full pelt against a brick wall. Crack. So yeah, I don't really remember too much what happened after that, other than, obviously I burst out crying, I was in a lot of pain. The little first aiders in the leisure centre came and gave me an ice pack, which I remember them kind of going like, oh, here you go. And I just screamed, because obviously the weight of an ice pack is quite heavy for a broken bone. So I remember being like, I don't want it on. They were like, you need it on, the swelling. And I was like, no. So I was then moved to an office area, because obviously I was causing a commotion. I was disrupting the rest of the gymnastics lesson. And I sat in this little chair, and my mum came eventually and took me to the hospital. And yeah, I had broken my right arm, and I was in plaster of Paris and a cast for a good kind of 6 weeks. And that is the only time I've ever broken a bone, was when I was 8 years old and I ran into a wall. In fact, I've got a picture, hang on. This is me. I was in my first ever drama group play, hence the dress, but I don't know if you can see. There is a little plaster cast on my arm. Poor little Hannah. So, I hope you enjoyed this story time about the dramatic yet idiotic way that I broke my wrist. You'll be happy to know that British Bulldog, not because of me, but was banned in most primary schools, because that was the other place that we played it, and various clubs, wherever you were likely to play British Bulldog, it got banned because kids were getting injured left, right and centre. It wasn't just the running against walls, it was also, you know, the people in the middle rugby tackling kids onto like asphalt or gravel or like whatever everything else is made of. The painful things that for some reason playgrounds seem to be based on. But anyway, it got banned. That was probably the last time I played British Bulldog as well. But yeah, incredibly painful. I really hope you enjoyed this story time. Let me know if you do, you know, like this series, because I will try and have a think for some different stupid memories that I have. But yeah, for now, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!